coach and the comic.
Can you feel it?
I had to hurry up and write this song like I right my wrongs. Too many people acting like they don't know right from wrong.
Life is coming, 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 coming for you. Life is coming, coming. Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Hello and welcome to the coach and the
Comic!
nobody could do that like Buddy, where you get the serious and the funny.
Oh, it's gonna be funny.
Oh, no doubt, Buddy. That was your boy that just let us in on our intro.
Yo, man, that was Gerard the Drummer. His song is called "Life Is Coming." He gave us some, gave us some music to use. His, you can check him out. He's on Spotify and YouTube. That's Gerarde. That's Jerade, the drummer. So check him out, man. Check out his music.
Gerard A. the drummer. That's Buddy Lewis, and I am C. Reggie Rodgers. Buddy is the actor and the comedian. He brings the funny, and C. Reggie Rodgers, which is me, I bring the serious. Today, we're going to be talking about a topic. Do you really want me to be honest? Buddy,
No,
do.
listen. You want your boys to be honest, but you don't want chicks. Do not want honesty. They say that, but they don't really want it. Because I'm telling you, how many times has a brother been asked, "Do I look fat in this dress?" If you asking me to tell you, you know the answer to it. Yes.
So
Yes.
listen, if you have to ask, huh?
If you have to ask, you looked in the mirror with your with your over the shoulder look, like you doing an Instagram video post. You've looked at the mirror and seen your your roundish mountains in the back of that. You've seen your bubble, your pumpkin, your apple popping out of that dress. Yes. It don't look sexy no more. It just look big.
And so, do you really want me to be honest?
You don't
and
want me to tell you that on the way out.
I was
the
looking
door.
at that, Buddy, because many men believe that women don't know what they want. That's what we believe. A lot of us as men, women say they want the picket fence, the family, but what they really want is a bad boy. That's what they
Hey,
really want.
hey, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you, I am truly under the belief that women, a lot of women, and I won't say all, a lot of women really don't know what it is they want. It's like when you go into an audition. I'm gonna tell you, the casting director doesn't know what they want. If they knew what they wanted, they wouldn't have 20 people come in and read for the role. They don't know. You have to be the one that stands out and goes, that's what we want. You can put out a general description,
Yeah.
but you go, he's the one. That's what we want. We want that. And so and this is the next thing you gotta understand, Reg. You're never the first choice. That's if you can keep that humility when you come into the room, like you go in and you say, because I can guarantee you 9 times out of 10, and I'm using auditions and stuff as listen, if you go into that room, first of all, like I said, they don't know what they want, but what they really wanted was a blank type. So if you're like, we want an Eddie Murphy type, we want a Dave Chappelle type, we want a Samuel L. Jackson type. If they could have got Samuel L. Jackson, they would have got him.
Right.
So you are the second choice. You're not exactly what we really want, but we'll take you and hope you can make our production or our movie or our TV show, or whatever it is they're looking for. We think you might be the one. It's the same way in dating. Ask Will Smith.
Interesting,
Jada
Buddy.
said it. You weren't the first choice. She wanted Tupac, but she settled for Will. And I'm gonna tell you, that has been affecting, I think, the way she treats him and the way, the way that she functions in that relationship and the way he functions in that relationship is because he's trying to always prove that I'm the dude, and she's trying to say, you ain't the dude, prove it.
That's
And
interesting.
So that's a dynamic that I think they have in their relationship. It's kind of, and I mean, I'm not saying anything that she didn't say herself. She basically told the man in his face,
But that's
I
proof. That's proof right there because Tupac is considered the bad boy. Will is considered the good
he was
guy.
the nice guy.
He's the good guy. He's a nice guy. So women really oftentimes don't know what they want. It's all over the place, but a lot of times they want the bad boy who has the potential to break their heart.
Hey, well, you know what?
And then Will end up trying to be the bad boy who he really isn't.
And it didn't do nothing. Look
That's not who he is.
and look at all the stuff. Look at all the stuff that Will Smith has. He got money, he got fame. He's got all the trinkets, toys. He can go anywhere, do anything, and that's not impressive to her. So you got to go, my God, what do you want?
And
And
even when you look at her, buddy, even the entanglement that she got caught up in was with a bad boy.
hey, like I said, well, he was a young boy. There's a
But he
difference.
was a young bad boy. That's
Yeah,
what
he was a young boy. Listen, like my boy said, my boy my boy Dave Arnold said it best in his special. He was like, and he said it best. He said him and his wife was about to break up, and he's like, you can go on out here in these streets if you want. Go on out here. He said, you don't want that pressure. What these young boys is doing to vaginas out here. You don't want this. Him breaking your back and trying to rupture your spleen. You don't want no young guy trying to prove he's the king of ding ding in your snatch. You don't want that. Don't do it. But go on out there if you think you want. Go on out there. You see, you be back here.
I like Dave Arnold.
Vagina broken and beat and hammered by some young dude that's trying to prove he's a porn star.
I like Dave Arnold. I think Dave is underrated. Funny guy.
Go on out here in these streets if you want. But women don't. I truly believe women don't really know what they want.
Here's
they really
the thing.
don't.
Here's the thing.
Because men are simple. We just want your. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, Reg. We want the pussy. We just want.
That's all we want.
That's really what we want.
That's all we want.
We just want to get in them draws.
I think it depends on the age of the man, but I was thinking about this, buddy, because this idea is so embedded in the culture so much that there are movies, TV shows, and even most recently, you got people profiting from speaking condescending to women with the practice known as, there's this word called negging. Have you ever heard of this word called negging?
Negging?
Negging.
Negging. Is this one of my words for today?
No. This is a real word. I'm gonna set the show up for you.
Okay.
Built off of this word because there's this practice known as negging, and what
this is.
Negging is the idea to undermine a woman's confidence by making backhanded or snide remarks. It's really like an emotional manipulation. And so what it is you give a compliment with one hand, but then you take it away with the other.
Reggie.
Or go ahead, hold on.
Okay,
it's about control. It's about putting the man in charge of the interaction by pushing the woman to earn the man's approval.
Reggie,
talk to
please
me.
Please don't change words and make new words for stuff that's been around. That's called pimp talk. That's called pimp chat. That's what pimps do. They make a whole feel like, hey, look here, baby, you got to get out here and get these things. You see what I'm saying? I need you to get out here and get this money. All right. Look, where you gonna be, you broke down bitch? Where you gonna be without me? That is. But look, you can be a high earner, bitch. But you need that is called pimp chatting. That is what these pimps do. Look at you with your broke down shoes. I'm gonna make you feel good, baby. And look, go out here and make my money, baby. Bring me my money. And then, bitch, where's my money? It flips and turns. Listen, I'm telling you, that is nothing but pimping. That
That
is pimping. That forget negging. That's not what it is. It's
that
called
that is a
pimping.
real word. If you look at a dictionary, nagging, it's called emotional manipulation. But I said all that to say because with the recent loss of one of the gurus of relationships and
Self-earned title. But go ahead.
and women, it was like split in the middle. He had his protractors, he had the ones who were really for him, and then he had his detractors, or the ones who really weren't with
You're
him.
talking about
So
Kevin Samuels.
I'm
The
talking
reason
about
he
Kevin Samuel,
departed,
but he was very condescending. I feel like he was the epitome of what I'm saying, negging. He was the epitome of it. There were women when they loved him, and then he had those who didn't like him. So it's the epitome of negging, buddy. That's what we're gonna get into when we come back. We're gonna talk
mhm,
about this because I can see it's all you loaded. You got your guns
man,
ready to go.
man,
You loaded.
I'm telling you, man. You listen. Kevin Samuels was a straight up piz nymph. That's what he was. Because I'm telling you, any of them chicks that called there and were like, "Tell me about myself. Why am I so terrible? Why can't I keep a man?" Blah blah. Because that's all they wanted to know. They wanted the secret, and he would tell them. And then they would. I tell you what, if Kevin Samuels wanted to, he could have dated all them chicks. Come on by here, baby, and let
Big
me talk
pimping,
to you.
huh? Big pimping.
Yeah, let me talk to you, baby. He could have got every last one of them chicks to
Put his
come by.
put his Goldie voice on, huh? His
Yeah, with his
Goldie and
Goldie
two.
voice on it. Hey, look here, baby. He wore pimp ass clothes. He was in a fly ass house. He looked like he had money. He talked trash, and he made them chicks feel like he lowered their self esteem to try and build them up. That's what pimps do. That's what they do. I'm telling you, pimps, preachers, same thing. Make
Buddy,
you feel horrible.
it's called negging, buddy. When we come back,
It's
we're gonna
called
talk about
pimping.
we'll be right back with Do You Really Want Me to Be Honest?
No.
Keep the picture. This could be me and you. Pull out your feelings. I know you want it too. 'Cause I got the feeling all in my bones. You're waking up the monkey with the gorilla trying to get you to moan. You look so good all by yourself. The way I see it, I think you're gonna need some help. And then we pop, goes the weasel, cause the weasel go pop. We can go pop. We can go pop. Let me love you like you need to be loved. Love you like you need to be loved.
Well, buddy, we are back, man. That's our house band. It looks like microwave.
Microwave, yeah. Put some popcorn in it. Pop it up. They
Pop
were
goes
doing
the
it, man.
weasel because the weasel goes
Oh,
pop.
pop, pop,
That's
pop,
that's
pop.
the line of the song, buddy. But listen, so before we took that break,
Mhm.
I was schooling you on this word negging. I don't know that I was schooling you because you were schooling me on the word pimping. So I was
Listen,
schooling you on negging. You were schooling me on pimping. So I
listen.
got negging
Mhm.
versus pimping. What do you think about negging, buddy? In lieu of, we talked about Kevin Samuels and how
Why
he
don't you
talks about the women.
explain yeah, well, but why don't you explain for those that are just tuning in what negging is again, Reg? Why don't you
Okay.
just go ahead and tell them what that is one more time? Oh,
It's just in a nutshell, it's an
mhm,
emotional manipulation.
mhm,
And to really break that down, it looks like it undermines a woman's confidence by making um, backhanded or snidely remarks.
mhm, mhm.
So if I say if I give a woman a compliment with one hand, but then I take it back on the other, there's this ambivalence that this woman feels.
I
There's
yeah,
something
so, like,
there.
let's give an example, like, "Yeah, them shoes look good on your big ass feet."
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Yeah, yo, yeah, girl, you look good in that dress if you but it's not like it used to be.
There it is. So and what's happening on the subliminal is it's about the control. It's about putting the man in charge of the interaction by pushing the woman to earn his approval. It's that
Yeah,
emotional manipulation. And
yeah, your
so
hair game is great if I got it more than once a year. I can just keep going on with this, Reggie, because you know what? That is pimping. That is what pimps do. And I'm gonna tell you, pimps and preachers do it the same way. They make women feel bad about their, oh, you're a sinner, you're this, that, and the other thing. Next thing you know, ta-da, they all of, oh, pastor, it's nasty. It's a pimps, preachers, and neggers.
so what
That's
do you okay, so what do you think about Kevin Samuels? Do you think that was a form of
he
what
was
he practiced?
he was up. Listen, Kevin Samuels was the biggest piznimp ever. Not only did he pimp women, he pimped the game. He had listen, he had females calling in his show on a regular basis to basically have him tell them what was wrong and why they couldn't get a man.
And do you realize that the only way that you could call in, it's not like you could just call in all willy-nilly. You had to be a subscriber
You
in
had to
order to call.
thank you. You had to get on his show. You had to subscribe to his show. So look at how much effort a sister would have to get into to get on. Let me type in my name, my email, my Gmail. Let me get in here. I want to hear him tell me what's wrong with me. And they would get in there and argue with him about what's wrong with them. Like he would tell them, and it would be the most. I watched this show on occasion because it made me laugh. I was like, why would you listen to him if you hate him? Why do you do it's the only thing I can I this is the same behavior that women exhibit to me when they're watching reality TV shows. Women love reality TV shows and will tell you they can't stand all the women on the show. So why are you watching? I can't stand her. She ain't nothing but a. Why are you watching this foolishness? I can't stand this foolishness. But you're watching it. It's the same thing. They used to tune in to Kevin Samuels to have him because they're trying to figure out why am I manless? And when Kevin Samuels would derogatorily tell them with all of the cutting, mean spirited
Just say it, it was negging. Just to say it, it was
it was
negging.
it was negging abuse at its verbal oratory slashings. They would call in and want to get. I want to get. I want to get. It just went to me. It went to the level of self esteem issues that some of these women have to call in and say, "Tell me, abuse me, and tell me why I'm no good. Why? What's wrong with me?"
But
And he would tell them.
but
And then
what's
they get mad after he told them, like, hey, you're not a 7, you're 4.5.
Yeah, he was sure enough telling them they weren't even close to a 10. But what always amazed me about it, because that's my profession, is he had his detractors and he had his protractors. But it was almost like 50-50. He had just as many women that loved him as he did that hated him. But it seems like the women that even disliked him and felt disdain about him still some way somehow followed him.
Listen, I guarantee you, every woman that says they hated Kevin Samuels, they had to find out why they hate him.
Yeah.
So they watched him at least once. They listened to if it didn't come out on a podcast or something he said, they all had you listen to tell me you don't like a dish, to tell me and this, I believe there are only two types of haters. There are the haters that watched it and said, I hate it. And then there are the haters who were like, I heard, or I don't watch him because I think he said blah, blah, blah. They never really heard him. They never really listened to him. They're just going off of what other people said about him. So those are the two levels of hate that it's like, and I don't have any, I don't have any kind of respect for the people that never listened to him. If you didn't listen to him, I don't have no respect for your opinion, because your opinion is not based on what it's like. And I'm gonna give you a prime example. It's like white folks who hate Louis Farrakhan. They never listen to him. Why are you telling me you hate to even listen to anything he said? So I don't have respect for your opinion, because it doesn't mean anything, because you never heard a person speak.
Right. Hearsay. So
hearsay information that you're getting. It's your opinion is not valuable to me, or has no value, because you haven't even taken the time to listen or to discover what it is people are saying about what he said.
Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that women want a man to be brutally honest?
Of course not.
You don't think?
Listen, no. All women say that, and I've heard every woman I've ever dated. I just want you to be honest with me. Tell me the truth. Okay, listen. Watch this. I'm probably gonna have sex with your cousin. You don't want to hear that.
Listen.
I have banged all of the friends in your little circle. They don't want to hear that.
You know, when you were working last night, your girl was over here.
Yeah, your girl was over here, and she tried to orally copulate me in the car. Listen, you don't want to hear that. The women don't want to hear that. Women want, and there are some that will try and say, look, that kind of brutal honesty is what I want in a relationship, or what I want, but I can guarantee you that's not true.
I want you to listen to this video from this young lady, and let's talk about what she says.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Allie, show me your ring.
Oh, here.
Now, tell me what you do for a living.
Oh, I love my husband.
And how did you get that awesome job?
Well, I became a better human being, and I became feminine and also shocking, submissive. So that was the secret.
So what are your tips to women that want to be a housewife?
To embrace it. It's an actual job. You just can't get it in the public or private sector. Like, you need a man to hire you for it, but that's okay. Because if you think about it, you submit to your boss, who makes you clean stupid shelves at your retail job, right? Like, wouldn't it be better if you were cleaning your own shelves at home? You know what I mean? And your boss wants to sleep with you in a good way.
And where do you meet these men?
Well, I think women should work for the men that they want to pursue. I know that sounds crazy, but it's really easy. So if you think about it, like, you want a lawyer, right? So then you should be a paralegal, or if you want a dentist, then you should be a dental hygienist. But these are considered, I guess, high value status professions. But I think that's a really good model that not enough women utilize, because women will bully the woman who is the secretary that marries the doctor, okay? But who has the last laugh? Like, her in her McMansion with her husband who's high and the babies. Like, that's who has the last laugh. So
Wow, wow, buddy. But
Listen,
what?
listen.
Listen, there were some takeaways for me. I can't wait to. I got some takeaways from that. What do you think about what she said?
Listen, Jasmine's got a point. I listen. I told my sister this. Similar. I told my sister this. I said, if you want a man, go where the men are. Why don't you learn to play golf? Why don't you learn to like a football team? Why don't you learn to watch a basketball game? That's what get season tickets to a game. I said that's where the men are. That's where a lot of men are. You learn to go where the men you want go. You like she said, you want to get a lawyer. Well, do you know when the National Lawyers Association conference is? Go there and do something. Volunteer. You need to volunteer at an event where they're going to be men. Listen, like I that's why I'm encouraging all women to be at the Q's convention in Charlotte.
What makes you think every woman wants a Q dog? You know what I'm saying? What makes you think that?
I didn't say all women. I said if you want one, then
Gotcha.
that's where you should be. If you want a man, if you want a bad boy that's got money, that's got a job, that don't wear amoeba shirts.
I don't know anybody that wears amoeba shirts,
You
buddy.
got on an amoeba shaped shirt. Your little Galaxy amoeba shirt is cute.
You call it pimping, I call it negging.
Okay, well, I'm
You
gonna just
call
tell
it
you,
amoeba, I call it paisley.
listen, okay, whatever. It's an amoeba. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this. Jasmine had a good point. Listen, I believe that she said something that a lot of women hate, and that was one of the things Ken Samuels used to talk about. And listen, I'm not advocating for Kevin Samuels' uh method sometimes for telling women what needed to be said. You know, the abrupt, abrasive way in which he delivered this information sometimes was like, oh my goodness, wow. And it was harsh, it was
It
cruel,
was very harsh.
it was very harsh. But if you if you strip away the harshness and you get to the okay, well, what was he really to the truth, which people say they actually want, if you strip away the harshness, because the truth, bro, is brutal. I mean, in life, we always have to come to some truth, you know, and the truth is hard. When a football player reaches the end of his career, it's over. You got to come to the realization
And
that
that's
it's
hard for
over.
him to accept and embrace that he's
You
got
got
to
to
go do
embrace.
something
And what
different
did
and it's
she say?
over.
Something. What did Allie? What was her name? Allie.
Jasmine.
Jasmine. What did Jasmine say? She said I think that was friend. Her friend was Jasmine, but the girl's name was something else. She said, "Hey, Allie, what'd you get?" I think her name was Allie, right?
Okay.
Anyway, she said I had to embrace being a better person. That's what she said. She said she said women should embrace it, and I think that's what a lot of women don't really want to they don't want to hear that. They want to hear I can be caustic and abrasive and mean spirit and a top earner and all this other stuff that got to do with society's norms, as opposed to what really is effective in being in a relationship with a person. I used to say this on stage, Steve. I used to say, all women that say I'm an independent, I'm an independent woman. You do realize the word independent means alone. It mean you can't keep saying I'm independent and I'm independent minded and I'm independent, and you keep saying that to yourself and saying I want somebody. You're asking someone, you're trying to have a partner in independence that don't make sense, that is confusing, and that is contradictory. And I
One of the stages of dating that I teach, that I've been teaching this for a long time, is one of the stages is that third stage of dating is independence versus interdependence. That's where they don't know how to transition from being independent to understanding interdependence, because you've been independent for so long, and then when somebody comes along that you feel like you guys have synergy, you feel like you guys have a connection, you feel like you guys have chemistry, you feel like there's something there that wants you to pursue, you don't know how to let go of your independence so that you can embrace the interdependence. The interdependence is just two people understanding, okay, at some point we let go of our independence. Doesn't mean that I'm still not independence. I just know how to let it go when I need to let it go so that now we can be interdependent on one another. That's the issue.
And I completely agree with you, Reg. And this is a thing I think sadly, especially in the black community, women have I'm not I don't discount the and I'm not because you're gonna I'm not saying that that isn't something that they've had to learn almost how to do and seen in their own experience growing up, being in fatherless homes, being women having to do all of this stuff to make it in a society that in itself treats black men horribly, terribly. You end up getting um indoctrinated with the images or the notion that black men aren't good, aren't going to make it, aren't stable, aren't this, don't have jobs, this, that, all that. You get all of that negative influence. So what black women have had to do is to say, I need to be independent because I can't depend on a brother being around.
And
He's
I'm
going
a
to
strong black woman.
Yeah, I need to be this strong black women to overcome all this other crap. And I get it, but I'm just saying, whatever whatever you have to do to
Shift.
unshift and shift.
Shift the gear so that you can come back down from that. So that here's what my friend says. I love it. He's one of my mentors. We talk. He mentors. One of the wisest men that I know. He always says, Reggie, shift happens. He just says it, Reggie, shift happens.
Right.
But we have to make way for shift to happen
We
so
got
that
to.
it can happen. So you shift gears and then you come back down. I understand, like you said, of a woman's independence. I love it. I think it can be attractive, but I can also see where it becomes unattractive.
And this is one thing, like I you know I try to listen to and I'm probably gonna get some backlash and flack for this. I didn't. I listened to Kevin Samuel sometimes. I thought some of his insight was spot on. Some of his insight. Now, and again, please do not take that to mean that I was a fan of the way he actually spoke to some of these women. He cussed them out. He called them rude. He was really caustic. I get that, but if you strip down some of the stuff, some of the insight that he had was spot on. And one of the things I remember that he kind of said is that some of these women have unrealistic expectations for what they want. And one of the things a lot of women always he said that they want these guys that are high earners. They want six figures. I mean, I can't tell you how many women, I would say to almost 90%. All of the women would come on and say, "What do you want from a man?" Well, he needs to make six figures. And he was like, okay, first of all, that is almost an unrealistic expectation for an African American man to make six figures. And do you know how few African American men make six figures? And once you narrow that down to like the and I think the percentage he gave, and gave the facts one time. He was like, that's like 3% of the men, the black men in the country, make
And
six figures.
here's some staggering stats too, though, which I'm sure you're very well aware of this, buddy. 3% of Americans run the country. They're not us. So that means 97% work for the 3%. So we're in
Exactly.
that 97% that work for the 3%. So therefore, we're not running pretty much of anything. We work for the people that's running the country, so that's not us. So you want these high earners, but yet we're in that 97% of the people that work for the 3%.
And then we'll be living in places where it's like you're not going to run into any of those people there. So, and then here's the flip side of it that a lot of people didn't get. What he was saying was, after you decide, hey, this is what I want, I'm going to pursue and let's just call it a 3%er, a guy that makes six figures who's African American. Okay, so let's look at the why is that guy who can choose from, he knows that he's a 3% guy. Why? Tell me why he's choosing you. Why would this guy choose you? And this is what a lot, and this is what the women don't want to hear. This is when he would get angry or get caustic. He's like, look, listen to you. You're abrasive. You don't listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're arguing with me. When you came on this show for me to tell you what exactly happened, you're being argumentative, caustic. Why would a guy who makes six figures, that can choose from all the women that want to do with six figures, why would he want this? What? And this is what a lot of women don't understand. They think it's something, and they go, oh, well, I got money, and your money is something that a brother, I'm telling you, there is no dude that asks a chick how much money she makes. I guarantee you there's no dude that cares, like, because he'll have sex with the Taco Bell girl. A dude will have sex with the girl that works as a barista in Starbucks and she looks good, and it doesn't matter, and will turn down a woman who looks like a billionaire. I was like, I'm not messing with her. I don't care how much money.
And typically because his ego. That woman that works, that has the billions, is not going to feed into his ego the way a man likes his ego fed
Again,
into.
now we go back to pimping. I can use some of that negging pimping on the barista. Yeah, look at baby. I need you to put a little bit more caramel on my macchiato. No, Reg, what I'm saying is, a guy doesn't have access, and you won't give a guy access to your money. So that's not a factor unless a guy is trying to be, unless he's a con man. That's and that's what he's doing, trying to be taken care of. My thing is, that dude is no different than a gold digging chick. That's what they wanted. They wanted to be in a relationship where I'm going to be with this woman who's going to take care of me.
Yeah.
If that's the kind of dude you want, then that's the kind of guy that that's the kind of guy that you attracted. You want a dude who's going to come into your money and just be that dude, but that's not what they want. And then and that's not what you want. Most women, if a woman has money, she don't want a dude to come into her money and start using her money doing stuff. You want him to come in and be, I need him to take over and be a man, and ain't no dude that's a man gonna come into a relationship and be under you with your money and be a man. They don't go together. You can't be talking trash to no woman.
And you can't emasculate him, because most women that are high earners like that, of course, they're probably in a position to be a boss babe. That's that term they use now. They're a boss babe.
Yeah,
I'm being nice. They also
no,
call
they
it
don't
a
say
boss babe.
babe.
Yeah,
They
I'm
say
being
boss
nice.
bitch. And
I'm
I'm
being
gonna tell you
nice.
something. I say this in my ask Steven, why do you think I hate that? And when I tell you, ladies,
Hold
stop saying that
on.
about
Steven, you hear him talking to you? Steven is our producer, for you guys that don't know. So he's talking to Steven. Go ahead, buddy.
Steven, I hate women that say they're a boss bitch. Let me tell you, why do you think a guy would want another boss bitching at him in his house? Tell me why I got a boss bitch at work. I'm a six-figure dude working, and there's a woman over me at work. I got to deal with this bitch at work, and I want to come home to another boss bitch? No. Stop saying that, because most women don't believe. I'm telling you, that boss bitch attitude don't stop at the door. It don't. I don't care. All women can say, "Oh, I'm a boss bitch at work," but I come home. No, you a boss bitch at home too. Yeah, it don't stop.
So they
It
don't
don't
know how they
stop.
don't know how to turn it
You
off.
can't turn that off. You can't turn that off. Just like a man who's a CEO of a company can't turn off being a boss at home. It's kind of hard to do that.
But one of the things that young lady said in the video is she learned how to be submissive. Did you catch that?
Yeah, I caught that.
She said she learned how to submit. And I
That's
think that word right there
and what?
is a strong word for a lot of women because
Oh,
they don't feel like they need to or
it'll
have to
cringe.
or even want to
Cringe.
consider submitting because that word right there is like that's a no-no.
Well, first of all, most of them don't know what it means anyway.
It
They
means can I break it down for you?
break it down for them. Go
Okay,
ahead, Reggie.
so submit comes from two words. It comes from sub and it comes from mission. And the word sub means to be under. That's why you have a submarine. It floats underwater. So submission, it just means that you selected a man that you feel like has a vision and you don't mind following his vision because you feel like he's going somewhere because he's on a mission. So that's why you can be under his vision without a problem because he has a vision. And where there is no vision, they say people perish. So he has a vision. That's why you have no problem. So there's two folds of that. So now, are you selecting a man with a vision? Or maybe you don't want to submit because you selected a man that didn't have a vision.
Hey, listen. Now, see that explanation makes it plain and clear. But I think a lot of there's this false perception that means you have to be
You gonna do what I do, you
do
gonna
what
do
I
what I
say
say, and
and
you gonna
order
do
me
it when
around
yeah, no, no, no.
and it invokes. I'm telling you what it see the slavery is a killer and it invokes visions of I'm not a slave. You can't tell me what to do. I don't want I'm in and see that and that goes again against the mentality of um, you know, I'm independent. You can't tell me what I see. That's counterproductive to what women have been sort of indoctrinated in our society now. Is that I have to be a independent woman aside and outside of a man. I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I don't need. Some women will say, I want a man. I like to have a man, but what they've been trained to do is to be without. And sadly, that comes from again slavery and all that other stuff is insidious
But
on
yet,
our mentality.
but yet we are raised on the notion of we grew up believing the scriptures. And if we did, it even says there it's not good for man to be alone. So that means that we have been created to be social. And if
Well,
we've been created to be social, that means we've been created to be with someone. So I hear what you say when they say, I don't need a man, man. I want a man, but I don't need a man. Well, we've been created to be social. So really that's the whole uh
man,
plan or
women been fighting it.
ploy.
Women been fighting this. Man, I'm getting so much trouble. Women been fighting this since how I come out a rib. Women have been fighting since the beginning of time that hey man, I was here first. Adam and Eve and I sprung out of Adam's rib and they've been fighting. They've been fighting that.
And if we believe that story, which is a great story, but if we believe that story, it would simply imply that although you came out of the rib, it just means you were created to be adjacent, next to,
Next
with.
to but to women, oh man, you tell that story. I ain't come out no. I don't need. Adam didn't run me. That's like Eve being in the garden. But look at Adam. You don't run me. And like, well, you did come out of my rib. Whatever.
Man, buddy, there is like so much for us to unpack in this. And I knew that. Do you really want me to be honest? I knew this was going to carry over. We, we, we've got what like 12 minutes left for this show, but I feel like we're going to do a part two. We're going to come back and
Yeah,
because
we
there's
should
so
do a
much.
part two.
Because what I want to do is I want to
I'm gonna
come
get us in
back on this,
trouble.
and I want to ask why do you think that women like bad boys? I want to do that in our part two. Why do you think? And I've got some reasons, and and then we got to go to our trending, what's trending in our words. But
Okay, well,
thi- thi-
let's do the words because
we can say that for part two if you want.
yeah,
I'm
let's say
good.
no, man. Let's do the words. We'll do more words. I know you got plenty of them because I want to. That's our thing, Reg.
Okay,
We got to do our words, and I need to do. I need to ask you a couple of questions, Reg. So go
okay.
ahead.
So here's what I want to ask you then.
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a couple words, and we'll come back and do the couple
Okay,
on part
we're
two.
gonna do part two of this subject, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So we'll do the word.
So I got some words for you. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
First word is um, vacationing.
Vacationing. Okay, vacation. Okay, I know what this one is. I know what this one is. This is a vacation is when you are with your bae in a place. I think I got this one. I think I got this one. When you're in a place with your bae, but there is cation. So that means I get to go over here. You leave me alone while I go play golf, and you do what you do over here, and I can be with my bae, but I can go cation.
That's good, buddy. That's good. So you are very, very close on this one. So vacation is taken from the words bay
Mhm.
and vacation.
You know what, Reg?
Bay.
Hold on, Reg. I actually screwed up, Reg. I really thought, and actually it came to me what it was. I thought this was about going to Oakland and being in the Bay. I really
Bay
did. Yeah, I
Area.
thought it was about
Bay
being in the
Area.
I actually it came to me later. I know that's the real answer, but I
Okay.
actually thought it was about getting chicks in Oakland and San Francisco Bay. Yeah, that's what I really or throwing Old Bay on them. Throwing Old Bay seasoning on something to make it a little bit more.
It make it a little bit more palatable. Huh? This word really means though to go on a vacation with your dude or your girl. It implies to vacation with someone you've either just met or recently started to date.
Okay, man, you can't be a Bay if you recently started dating.
Well, you know how they say now. That's my bae. That's my,
No, that's
that's
not
my
that,
bae.
that no, Bay is Bay. Bay
Okay,
is Bay. You can't be a new Bay.
it's a newbie. It's a
Oh, okay.
newbie.
All right. Okay. Give me another word.
Oh, this is a good one. You ready? Dar
Mhm.
Darwining.
Dar whining. Dar.
Darwining.
Okay, I know exactly what this is. This is when uh you have you order when you go out and you order food and you order wine, you can't be sitting there complaining about the shit. Like if and mad because I bought you a glass and not a full bottle. I don't might not be able to afford a full bottle of the shit you want. So you dog wine. You be like, this doggone need to be whining about why the wine and why I didn't buy a full bottle of wine as opposed to just buying your ass a glass. Because I don't need to buy a whole bottle of wine. Once you get drunk on one glass, it's time to get on out of there anyway. Because what's gonna happen is gonna happen with that one glass of wine. I don't need to buy a whole bottle.
All right, I like it. Although you're way off, but I like it. It's Darwining is, in science we have the Darwin theory, Darwinism. So what
Mm,
Darwining is, this means refusing to date someone who doesn't believe in science.
oh, okay. Oh, I could get that. I thought for a minute that was you was gonna tell me that. I thought for a minute you were actually gonna tell me that it was you're in the survival of the fittest. When you said Darwin, I thought it was gonna be like you survived. You the last survivor. You know,
Only the strong can
only the strongest species are gonna make it. So this is
Oh
all.
man, they gave me, buddy. I did India's version of TED Talk, right?
Mhm.
It's called what was it called? I forgot. It's India's version of TED Talk. So I did the TED Talk for India,
Mm,
and they gave me the topic: only the strong survive.
mm, Well, I don't. Well, how long were you in India? I know they
No,
strong because
they actually gave. I did it virtual.
Oh,
So
okay. Well,
I did it virtual, but it was really good.
hey,
It was a
well,
good
I'm gonna tell
topic,
you,
and only the
hey,
strong survive.
you got to be strong in India because the shit they eat, some of that stuff they eat, you go like this. Your insides got to be strong because you gonna lose everything. Some of that curry is so hot, you like this. Wait a minute, you set your whole bowel on fire.
Anyway, we got to get ready to get out of here. It's called Meat X. I couldn't think of what it's called. It's called Meat X. It's called Meat
Okay.
X over there. But we got to get ready to get out of here, buddy. And we're going to come back. Do you really want me to be honest with part 2 of this? There's so many layers that we can continue to unpack and to
Peel
unpack.
that onion.
Yeah, man. So we're going to come back and give him part 2 of Do You Really Want Me to Be Honest? And when we come back, we're going to talk about why do you think that women like bad boys? Because as much as they didn't like Kevin Samuels, they
Yes,
loved
they
Kevin
did.
Samuels.
They
They
love
loved, as much as they didn't like him, they loved him.
they
So,
love.
buddy, what's happening? What you got going on? And we got to get ready to get up out of here, my
Look,
friend.
man, I got plenty of stuff happening. I'm still doing my shows in Chicago once a month at the ETA Theater. Every first Saturday of the month, please come check it out. That's 7558 South Chicago. I got guests and people that from Chicago. We're doing our Chicago's own series. Come on out to the ETA Theater every first Saturday of the month. Come check it out. Yeah, that's what's really going on. And I just want to say RIP to my boy Charles Patrick Gooch, who passed away a few weeks ago. We did his memorial this past weekend. He was a good dude, man. He was a friend of all the comics, and he would be dearly missed.
Love it. I love it. And all you guys, like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe to this channel right down below. Do us that favor. Like and subscribe. Tell someone to make sure that they also tune into the coach and the comic. Buddy, we going out with our
No, man, we got to come on, Reg. You always
what's
be
up?
doing that. You be cutting me off before I can ask you, Reg. Give him some good advice, man. Give us some good stuff, man. Let them leave with some positive, some non-negging. Let them leave with something good, man. Come on. Give them something, Reggie. Tell us what you're doing.
I think everything about life is a mark. It's about hitting the target. It's about making a mark. And so when you compare dating and relationships, there has to be a mark so that you can hit the target. So, ladies, know what it is that you want, know what is a fit for you. Men, know what it is that you want, know what is a fit for you so that when you throw that dart, you can hit that mark. All of us want to hit the bullseye. But if we don't know what that bullseye look like, we can't hit it. So if it doesn't fit, then don't try to force it. So you got to know what your fit is.
There you go. That's good advice, Reg. Know your mark. Hit it.
Hit
Use
it.
your dart and hit that bullseye.
Hit it. It takes two to make the thing go right.
Yeah.
So
All right, man. Let's go out with some more of my boy,
yeah,
Drummer, man. I love it, man. We'll see you. We're going part 2. We're gonna do this again.
no doubt.
Coming for you. Life is coming. Can you feel it? Can you feel like
I had to hurry up and write this song like I right my wrongs. Too many people acting like they don't know right from wrong. I'm feeling you, Mr. West told me to watch the throne. I'm too materialistic, steady watching my chrome. And I know what I say at my mouth turns into facts. And I know what I put in the earth, it comes back. That's why I watch what I say and I watch what I do. Speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil from you. I ain't trying to hear no lies, I'm only accepting the truth. And my truth be told, life is coming for you. No ducking and dodging, running a hat and it's written all over your face. Constantly trying to stay in your lane, stay in your place. Plan to say, life is coming for you. Every day and every which way is coming all the around, don't make a sound. I was lost, but now that I'm found, could never go back to the way that it was. Seeing the light got me feeling the love. Feeling too powerful, got hit with the slugs. Reborn again from the heavens above.
Coming, coming, coming for you. Life is coming, coming. Can you feel it? Can you feel life? Can you feel life coming, coming, coming?
Yo, it's coming, y'all.
Coming for you. Life is coming, coming. Can you feel it? Can you feel life? Can you feel life coming?
And we still steady blazing. I'm trying to tell y'all that life is amazing. Changing faces, running races like a marathon. I'm spitting knowledge, giving wisdom like I'm Farrakhan. Pick up the phone, tell the world it's a telethon. King of the jungle in this place, man, I'm an Amazon. Dig, I can go on for days. In this world trying to make it, gotta get out this maze. And I can see the other side, no more heartaches and pain. My sunny days when it rains, it's all feeling the same. Why? That's cause I learned to appreciate it. Life is what you make it, that's an understatement. Get in the zone, get up and go and stop procrastinating. Then you can figure it out, controlling your thoughts, and you can start dominating. So many things I wanted to say, but I couldn't fit it all in. You get the picture, you get the message, replay it back if you don't comprehend.
Coming, 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 coming for you. Life is coming, coming. Can you feel it? Can you feel life? Can you feel life coming, coming, coming?
Ups and downs.
Coming for you. Life is coming,
It's all about
coming.
life.
Can you feel it? Can you feel life? Can you feel life coming?
Life.